Money stress is one of the heaviest weights a person can carry, and most of us carry it in silence. Nearly 3 out of 4 adults say money is a major source of stress in their life. But because money pain lives inside your head, it is much harder to see than an empty wallet. One major source of confusion is the difference between feeling broke and being financially depressed. Almost everyone feels squeezed from time to time. A surprise bill, a slow month, a rent increase. Even a broken phone can bring on real money sadness. Then circumstances change, and those heavy feelings usually pack up and leave. Financial depression is different. It is a deep, lasting fog that does not lift just because payday finally arrives. It lingers for weeks or months, and it interferes with how you work, rest, and love. Financial depression can have a lot of different symptoms. You stop opening bills because every envelope feels like a tiny verdict. You avoid checking your balance, or you check it 10 times a day without ever feeling calmer. You lose interest in plans because every plan seems to cost money you do not have. You sleep too little or too much while your mind replays the same numbers on a loop. Some people freeze completely, and some spend impulsively just to feel alive for one afternoon. And under it all sits the quiet feeling that you are failing a game everyone else is winning. If that list feels familiar, you are not broken and you are not alone. Money pain is not just a mood. It physically changes how your brain works. Chronic money stress keeps your body topped up with cortisol, the hormone built for emergencies. Your brain starts treating every normal day like an emergency, even a simple trip for groceries. Scientists call one effect scarcity tunneling, where worry eats the bandwidth you need for good decisions. Heavy money worry can cost more thinking power than losing an entire night of sleep. So stress causes worse choices, and worse choices cause more stress. That loop is the real trap, and it has nothing to do with laziness. So what causes financial depression in the first place? There is rarely one single trigger. It grows from a mix of debt, low pay, rising prices, sudden shocks, and years of feeling behind. Comparison makes it heavier because the internet only shows you everyone else's highlight reel, and there is no test that predicts exactly who it will visit or when, which means the person who looks fine at work might be quietly drowning in it. Here is the strangest part. People hide money pain better than almost any other pain. Most people would rather talk about almost anything else, including their own health. On average, people carry it silently for years before they ask anyone for help. Shame keeps the door closed, and silence keeps the shame alive. Now the good news, financial depression responds to small, repeatable treatment. The first step is to name it out loud without judgment. Naming the fog turns it from a monster into a problem, and problems can be worked on. The second step is to look at the real numbers once, gently, with support if you need it. Reality is rarely comfortable, but it is always more workable than the horror story in your head. The third step is one tiny automatic move, like a small transfer to savings every payday. A tiny buffer will not fix everything, but it quiets the alarm bell in your brain. Then, celebrate small wins, because your brain needs proof that effort still moves the needle. And if the fog stays heavy, real help exists. Credit counselors for the money, and therapists for the weight. Asking for help is not failure. It is how heavy things are supposed to be carried. Now, what if it is not you, but someone you love? Encourage them gently and offer help that is specific. Sit with them while they open the scary envelopes, or help them write questions for a counselor. To someone in the fog, those first steps can feel like climbing a mountain. If they feel ashamed, remind them that financial depression is a stress injury, not a character flaw. Nobody walks off a broken leg, and nobody budgets their way out of burnout overnight. And if you have never been in the fog, be careful comparing it to your one tight month. Comparing real depression to ordinary belt tightening teaches people to hide it even deeper. Even just talking about money openly helps more than you would expect. Asking someone about their money stress does not make it worse. It usually brings relief. Every honest conversation chips away at the stigma and makes space for the next person to speak. The more we treat money struggles like weather instead of sin, the more people come in from the rain. You do not need a perfect money life. You need a base that keeps desperation away and people you can be honest with. The fog is real, but so is the path out. One small, honest step at a time. If you want more calm, visual stories about money and the mind, subscribe for the next one. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next money story.